Hey guys, Tim Dorman here with the Long Hair Gardener, and today I'm just going to do a brief tour of my backyard and some of the flower updates that I have for you. I don't know what it's been like where you live, but Philadelphia has been a little crazy lately with the weather. We had 5 days of upper 90s in the temperature. One day was 98 degrees, followed by some hard downpours, and frankly right now it's pretty cool and nice outside, but I know in the future, next couple days, we're going to be back up in the 90s again. So this yo-yo of temperature and hard rain has been a little rough on some of the plants, and some of the other ones really like it. So I've been trying to keep everybody happy back here with all of the extreme weather that's happening. So let me take you on a little tour here and show you what's going on in my backyard. So I want to start over here by the window. I planted some vines, all from seeds, and they are slowly starting to bloom. So we've got some brown-eyed Susans right here. It's a brown-eyed Susan vine. I think this is really nice. Right next to it is a morning glory. That one is not blooming yet. And I do have a purple bell vine coming as well. So hopefully we'll see some flowers in the future from those other two plants. Everything else we've pretty much talked about, but I'll just give you a little quick scan here just to see how everything is coming along. I do want to point out again at how nice this sweet potato vine is right here. Alright, let's move over to the next section. Right over in the potted plant section, it's kind of dark out and it really does feel like it's going to rain again any minute, so hopefully I can get this tour done quickly, but the lighting's kind of nice. It's not too bright. So the lantana has finally started to bloom. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and of course is part of my color scheme that I like. The only thing to note about a lantana, if you're interested in getting one for your garden, is it really doesn't have the best scent. Not the flowers themselves, but the plant. Anytime that you deadhead the flowers or brush up against the leaves, it does have this very strong smell. I find it to be unpleasant. Maybe you'd be okay with it, but I just want to throw that out there that it does kind of have an unpleasant scent to it. The Nasturtium is also blooming. It's looking a little rough, like I said. We had some really hard downpours, and the Nasturtium's such a kind of light delicate plant, so it kind of took a beating by the hard rain. So I do want to point out, these plants are not new, but I did move them. I do have to move some plants around as they grow, just to make some room. But these are the teacup colocasias. I had them underneath the tree, and I was concerned that they weren't going to grow very well where they were. I also had a lot of plants already in that pot, so I decided I'd just move them into this other pot and also gather up those black petunias that I sprinkled around and just kind of have them all in one pot. I think it's working out better just to have them all centralized. So still no sign of blooms for the passion flower, but I did have some, oops, I just knocked it off, some red blooms here on this other vine, Cardinal Climber. So that's growing pretty well, but still no flowers from the passion flower. The cannas, which are these guys right here, also have some right over here. It is getting ready to bloom, so I'm excited to see what this looks like. This one is kind of a mystery. I think I mentioned before when I bought it, it was labeled as a Tropicana Gold, and it clearly is not. But it's still nice, and it looks like it's just going to be like a red flower, which is fine with me. Alright, the Brown-Eyed Susans, I have some underneath the rose bush here. They are going to open in a few days. This extreme heat's going to help push those to bloom. Moving along here, again, we've pretty much just already talked about all of these plants, but I'm just gonna zoom in here and let you see how they're doing. There has been a lot of growth from all of the heat and the rain. The only thing new in this planter is the Caladium, which is that whitish colored leaf with the bright red veins. I think it's looking great. It's really helping to add a little pop of color to this planter. I think I am most pleased with this planter and also the one right next to it. These are new for my garden this year, and I'm just really happy with the way that the plants are performing. I did nestle in some elephant ears in between some of the hostas. So this big leaf right here, and you can see another one coming right over here. It's going to be an elephant ear. I also have another elephant ear right there. I just kind of pop them in between some of the hostas. So we'll see what happens. They help me get that nice jungle look that I like to go for. Nothing new back here, but I did just rearrange some plants so they're just in different spots. If you're thinking, okay, this looks a little different, I did just put the impatiens in the purple heart back here just to add a little color. It was very just green, so thought I would add a little color. The hostas are doing quite nicely. Talked about those in the last video. And moving over, this is a house plant. The caladiums, I've got some more here coming up. So this is the pot that did have that other colocasia teacup. I decided to take it out of there because these guys are growing up and there's just too many plants in there, and I already have this other beautiful plant back here. It's always amazing in my head. I'm walking around and I clearly can identify what these plants are, and then the second I start talking about them and I'm recording, all of the names just completely fly out of my head. So sorry if I sometimes don't remember all of the names. Here are some more elephant ears. So I did have a columbine plant in between here. That was that really tall one that had the yellow flowers. The purple one here I still need to cut down, but the height that the columbine plants were giving, has to be replaced, or at least I think so. So my solution is to put some elephant ears in there so that it's just not this big empty void of space now that I've cut down the columbine. So we're going to have some really big, beautiful elephant ears in there. Let's spin around. The daylilies are exploding, and I think they look great. I'm really happy with the daylilies. I think this is the nicest they've ever looked. If you look in the distance here, there's some more cannas coming up. And the upright elephant ear has emerged from the ground, so that's these 3 leaves right here. With any luck, this is going to get gigantic, and I'm talking probably 5 feet. Again, that's definitely going to help contribute to that whole jungle look that I like to go for. So I'm really excited to see how big that gets. All of the annuals down here are doing pretty good. I have annuals, and then I also have put in some plants that I've started from seeds in this section. So I'm very pleased with this right here. It's just a coneflower. I have another one right over here. It's just an ordinary basic coneflower, but what makes it so exciting is I grew this from seed, so I'm extra excited that it's growing and appears to be very healthy and doing well. So hopefully we'll get some blooms on it this year. If not, it is a perennial and will hopefully come back next year. I have another plant down here that I grew from seeds. It's also a perennial. It's a starship lobelia. We'll wait for the loud noise to go by. That's a starship lobelia, another perennial. It gets really bright red flowers. So, not sure if it's going to bloom this year, but it is a perennial. And with any luck, it will come back next year. Alright, here are some more of the brown-eyed Susans that I was talking about, like I have underneath the rose bush. They are starting to bloom. And I also have more Caladium. I was really concerned that these were not going to come up, but I guess they just take a really long time to emerge. It's a combination of taking some time to emerge and just me being impatient. Speaking of impatience, these guys are doing good over here. And there's also another Caladium hiding in the mix there. Alright, I think that just about covers this garden tour. If you enjoy watching these videos, please click like and subscribe so that I know I should make some more. Alright. Hope everybody has a great weekend and enjoys your time in your own garden. See you next time.